What's up, everybody? My name's Brandon Hunt. I'm here with Alan Fackler. We're talking about The Walking Dead, episode 14 of season 8, called Still Gotta Mean Something. And let's kick this off right off the bat. What's the deal with Negan's bat?
Oh, man. I mean, I feel like we're going to continue to circle back to this, which is...
Yeah.
I mean, but I kind of like that it is an overarching theme because of what that bat represents, which is horrendous violence and terrible things.
But at the same time, it's his last sort of totem to the previous world.
And I wanted to ask you, you being the more experienced Walking Dead guy, I mean, had he at any point mentioned, I mean, we sort of got to know a lot about this bat and sort of what it meant to him when he was in this very strangely vulnerable position that I'm not used to seeing Negan in. But
yeah, of course.
I just, this, in an episode that was full of surprises.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't believe, one, we got to see Negan so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And literally tied down and inching his way around with his feet.
And just so pure, I want to say.
I guess,
like not putting on a show, really, but just trying to be real.
Like, just be honest. I mean, did you feel bad for him at a point?
I did.
I did too.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird.
I don't want to feel that way.
Exactly. But you know, we did get this really cool sort of backstory into where that bat came from, and spoilers. I mean, obviously you're here reading the review, but it's named after his wife.
Yeah.
And
Lucille is his wife.
Who tragically passed. And there was a great bit of dialogue where he said, you know, she brought me through life before this, and then this bat brought me through life after this. I mean, terrific writing throughout too.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff. But
so we saw Negan and Jadis sort of at odds with each of them having an item that
meant something that they held dear.
Exactly. That was very interesting. I like the way that they sort of bartered with their emotions in that scene, right? They sort of went, okay, enough with the bull crap.
Right.
You know, I'm not putting on a show. She's not putting on a show because she put on a show, right?
Right.
Let's just, you know, brass tacks. We each of us have power over something that we both want.
And only in a show like The Walking Dead could you have sort of a Reservoir Dog style standoff. But instead of two people pointing guns at each other, you've got a crazy lady surrounded in trash with a zombie attached to a wagon. And then you have Negan with a flare and a handgun.
Snuck those in there, right.
Visually, I was just like, in addition to what they were saying, I was like, this is a crazy thing that they're doing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I liked that scene a lot. It gave more depth to Negan and Jadis.
Sure, and
we sort of get to see them at their most real. I'm wondering if this is the only time we'll see them at their most real.
I don't think we'll ever see Negan like that again.
Probably.
And because by the end of the episode, all of that was gone. The minute he pulled up in that beat up BMW and he, you know, I'm gonna bring...
Well, segue, let's talk about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, obviously Negan is mad.
A little...
Simon...
A little
bit.
Little pissed, maybe.
That Simon killed everyone in the trash compound. What do you think? Do you think he's got some judgment to serve out coming up to the camp again?
That's not even like, do I think? That's what he's gonna do. I mean, he is very, very upset. I don't know if he knows the extent of Simon's betrayal.
Right.
Because if you think about the last couple episodes, he's strangely actually been kind of missing from the big picture.
Right, yeah.
Who knows if he knows that they burned his car and assumed that he's dead.
Right.
But he for sure is going to do something horribly evil to Simon especially,
I think
no doubt.
It's pretty clear that Simon is going to get some kind of comeuppance that next episode.
Right.
But we'll see. He's a very good character, so we'll see.
And what I'm wondering about too is, you know, Dwight's kind of on the fence at this point.
Sure.
And
I wouldn't say he's on the fence. I'd say he's in a tight spot.
Okay, that's a better way to put it. He's in a tight spot, but you know, I found myself wondering, is Negan gonna find a way to leverage this, or does he know, you know, more than he's like? I don't know, but he's back to his.
That's that other piece of information that's got to come out for Negan to make a decision.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll see next episode what that all boils down to. But let's talk about Morgan and Rick this episode.
Right, and I think to do that, the word reconciliation just enters my head, because John Rick at this point, that is who he is now. He's once again become a fascinating character, and you know, we were talking about how we've been waiting really to see how he would reconcile with the fact that Carl's dead. We never really circled back around to that.
Right.
And you made the really interesting point earlier that you're like, well, how did he reconcile with the death of his wife? And I was like,
after Lori died,
that is exactly right.
He went into the prison and just smashed all sorts of zombie skulls.
John Rick did.
John Rick did. He went crazy. And you can see that he's got a grip on that now, but he recognizes probably that he knows that's what he needs to do after someone close to him dies, is just kill.
Unhinge a little bit, you know?
Exactly.
And like,
and I think he sees that in Morgan and goes, all right, let's do this. I know you need to do what I need to do.
And I think he also sees like, you're also unhinged too.
Yeah.
There's something off with you, and
that's their bond, is they both know that they can get unhinged.
A little
and
nuts.
come back. Yeah.
Exactly. And, and this is not the first time, you know, as you mentioned, this has happened to either of them. But, you know, Rick has just really begun to fascinate me with the amount of development we've been getting from him in the short time that we spend with him, you know, in these intermittent episodes throughout the season. But I really like it. I just think it's cool, you know, and you think about the evolution of his character throughout this time.
The depth is totally there with Rick and Morgan, and I think this is definitely leading into Morgan's transition from Walking Dead to Fear the Walking Dead.
Sure.
I'm still sort of wondering if maybe Morgan is jumping over to the Fear, and that they've sort of caught up with Walking Dead, and you know, he's sort of joining them after, or if it's going to take place with Morgan, that period of time where we lost Morgan in the first couple seasons and he comes back, you know?
And that's the big question, is how these timelines.
Are
they running parallel? I mean, so Fear the Walking Dead takes place closer to the beginning of the outbreak.
Right.
So we do know that there is some discrepancy there.
Yeah.
But as interesting as Morgan has been, you know, all these years, I mean, some of my favorite episodes involved him when that bald guy taught him how to use a stick. But
Eastman.
But now that he's unhinged, like we talked about, but it's also seemed to acknowledge in this episode that he is crazy and he's okay with that.
Right.
I kind of want it, like literally crazy. He's like, I'm seeing things, it's fine.
Yeah.
No fear when he was captured. None of that, just whatever.
He definitely recognizes that when he goes to that place, and I think I predict that he's gonna say, hey, when I'm with you guys,
this is who
even though I love you guys, this is what happens
when
I'm with you.
And then I have to leave.
Kill people. And I've been struggling with this for a while. I think I have to leave to really make myself at peace.
And while we're talking about Morgan killing people and things, I think it's just worth mentioning at least once that he laid the smackdown on zombie and human alike in a way. Just those brutal jabs. Oh my God.
He was just ready to be sacrificed, or sacrifice himself at that moment with Rick. Or he was, you know, it was easy for him to get to a point when they're in that situation. He just was like, I don't care. I don't care if I die or live, you know. Let's just get through this.
Whatever's left, you know. Oh man, that line that he delivered. Man, if the zombies get to you, then whatever they don't eat, like, just mean it'll be a disappointment because I can't. I can't take you out myself. You know, it's just like, whoa. So definitely a super strong arc going on, and it really did make me excited, you know, about Fear the Walking Dead and how these things will come together, or what kind of relationship is there, you know, like I really
enjoyed that season 4 trailer for Fear with Morgan. It was cool to see him on the other side.
It's crazy too. Are you talking about the one with the sweeping slow motion shots?
Yeah, the one that just came out.
Where he's walking along. You see them all kind of sitting. Man, it really nails the trailer.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I can't wait. Last thing, let's talk about Rick reading Carl's note. Finally.
Right. Man, I mean, I think that in a show that can really overdo some of the emotional moments, I did really appreciate the fact that this was a big moment, and they kind of pulled back. They kind of just let it breathe.
Yeah.
And it was an important moment, as that was Michonne. I mean, you could really feel love between these two, which is really crazy, you know. But she really had to speak to him in a way that just said, like, you're gonna have to figure out how to read this.
Yeah.
You know, this is the last thing that he did
Right.
for you.
I love that she's the one that can be like, hey, I realize that this place that you're in sucks, and you want to be there, and you don't want anybody to tell you what to do or how to feel. But
Sure. Yeah.
listen, dude, you gotta feel this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially, and it was just fitting that he did his Rick thing. He did it. He went, and then he came back, and I was just wondering, like, okay, like maybe that's what he needed to get out to do this. And I like that it was a quiet scene. The camera slowly pulled away. If I heard Carl be like, "Dear Dad," like on a voiceover, I'd be like, "No," but like, you know what I mean? They kept it. It was very sweet, and I think it
kept it real.
It was the last shot of the episode that just sort of took you out of it, panned back, and you really felt the pain and the anguish that Rick is going through, and Andrew Lincoln really just delivering these standout performances, you know, especially this season. God, that guy's been through a lot.
Yeah, been jamming. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Tell us what you think about the episode. We thought it was really good. We hope the next two are going to be standout.
It's going to be hard to live up to that standard. And also let us know in the comments, what do you think the timeline parallels are going to be? Or do you know?
Some people probably know, and we just don't know.
So just make us look stupid. Do
Whatever.
us a favor, right down
exactly.
there.
Tell us what it is in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching The Walking Dead with us. I'm Brandon Hunt. This is Alan Fackler. And you guys have a good night.
See you next time.